They said it'd be quiet, no guests, just watch the desk, lock the doors, and follow the rules. Easy money, right? But the rules weren't for me. They were for them. I took a night shift job at Motel Pinewood, out on Route 19, one of those places with rusted signs, cigarette burns on the carpets, and a vending machine that still sells tab. I was broke. I needed it. The owner, Craig, was a guy with sunken eyes and a voice like gravel. Didn't say much, just handed me a binder and said, "Follow the rules, no exceptions. Rules for night shift. 1. Lock all entrance doors at exactly 11:55 p.m. 2. Never check anyone into room 7. 3. If someone knocks after midnight, do not open the door. 4. At 3:33 a.m., all lights will go out. Don't panic. Do not leave the lobby. 5. If you hear the vending machine dispense something on its own, do not check it. 6. If the front desk phone rings more than 3 times, do not answer." Sounded stupid, but I followed them. That first night, I wish I had quit. At 12:17 a.m., I heard a knock, not at the door, from inside the vending machine room, like something tapping on the glass. I checked the camera feed. Nothing. 3:33 a.m., just like the rules said, every light went out, pitch black, even the emergency lights. Then a voice came through the intercom. "You forgot the lock. There's no intercom system at this motel." Next night, room 7's door was ajar. No one checked in. I peeked in. There was a man sitting on the bed, pale skin, too pale, eyes closed, breathing like he was asleep, or pretending. I shut the door, fast. When I looked back, it was locked from the inside. The phone rang. 3 times, then silence. Then 4 rings. I answered. "Why did you let him in?" Third night, vending machine clanged. I ignored it. But I watched the camera. Something crawled out of the bottom. Not human. Long arms. Thin. It dragged itself down the hall, toward room 7. Then it stopped, looked directly at the camera, like it could see me. It smiled. A mouth full of nails. Fourth night, I brought salt, a knife, a flashlight. Doesn't matter. None of it matters. The lights cut again at 3:33. But this time, I wasn't alone. Something whispered my name behind the desk. I ran, locked myself in the laundry room, stayed there until the sun came up. When I opened the door, the lobby was fine, clean, like nothing happened, except room 7's door was wide open. Last night I worked. I didn't follow the rules. I let the phone ring. I opened the door after midnight. A guest stood there, tall, blank face, no eyes. He said, "You're late." Then he walked past me, into room 7. He didn't open the door. It opened for him. I quit, but I still hear the phone ring every night. And room 7?
People say you should be careful what you wish for. I wished for peace, quiet, isolation. After my dad died and my life collapsed, I just wanted to be left alone. So when I found a job posting, night security, Riverton Regional Airport, decommissioned, I didn't hesitate. I arrived at 10 p.m. cold air. No lights except the flickering parking lamps. The front office had one thing waiting for me, a typewritten note with rules. Rules for night security, Riverton Airport, 11 p.m. 6 a.m. Rule 1. Always lock the front gates by 11:05 p.m. If they're still open after that, don't try to close them. Rule 2. Never enter gate 13 after midnight. Rule 3. If you hear the landing siren, do not go outside. No plane should be landing. Rule 4. If you see anyone in a pilot's uniform between 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., ask them for their flight number. If they hesitate, run. Rule 5. Ignore any intercom announcement after 4:44 a.m., no matter how urgent it sounds. Rule 6. Never turn off the runway lights. They're not for the planes. They're for you. Everything was fine, at first. The halls were cold and echoey. The silence wasn't peaceful. It was hollow. At 12:03 a.m., I noticed Gate 13's lock was broken. The door was slightly ajar, and cold air was pouring out. I shut it, hard. But from inside, I swear I heard footsteps. At 1:47 a.m., the runway lights turned off for a second, on their own. I sprinted to the breaker box, nothing tripped. But when I came back, I found muddy footprints across the terminal floor. 2:33 a.m. I saw a figure walking past gate 4, tall, pale, wearing a pilot's hat. I called out, no response. Then he turned, slowly, and smiled. I followed him. I know I shouldn't have. I asked, flight number? He said, you're early. Then vanished like fog in the dark. At 3:15 a.m., the runway alarm went off. A plane had appeared, engines cold, no ID tags. I watched from the security cam. Something crawled out of the cargo bay. Not walked, crawled. Pale limbs, bent wrong. It looked at the camera. Then the feed went black. When I looked at my watch, 3:15, again. I reset it. Checked the wall clock. Still 3:15. I blinked, and suddenly I was in the control tower. No memory of walking there. The phone rang. I picked up. A voice whispered, "He's not dead." My blood froze. It was my father's voice. He died in a plane crash 2 years ago. At 4:44 a.m., the intercom clicked. This is a code echo emergency. All staff report to gate 13 immediately. But I remembered Rule 5. I covered my ears, but I could still hear it like it was inside my skull. I rushed to the exit, but the front doors, were bricked over. Like they were never there. I was sealed inside. Every monitor now showed me, walking, standing, running, doing things I hadn't done yet. And all the clocks said 3:15. I finally broke down. I had locked myself in the lost baggage office. I wrote this on my phone. Maybe this uploads, maybe it doesn't. The airport isn't abandoned. It's feeding, on time, on memories, on me. Rule 7, never forget who you are, or you'll become part of the schedule. Would you last a night at Riverton Airport?
They say silence is peaceful, but when you're alone for too long, silence starts to sound like something else. Like something watching. Last year, I moved into a farmhouse just outside a town no one's heard of. It was cheap, quiet, and completely mine. Just me and the house. At first, things were perfect. Sunny mornings, coffee on the porch. The air smelled like wheat and wood. But at night, the house changed. It started with a faint sound above me, a tapping, then scratching. Every night, just after midnight, I figured it was rats or raccoons, so I called pest control. Nothing. Soon I noticed more. Scratches on the walls, tiny footprints in the dust of the attic. Not paws, toes, long human toes. I set up a motion detector. It went off at 3:17 a.m. I rushed up, but nothing was there. Except one thing. One night I stayed awake with a camera pointed at the ceiling. Around 3:30 a.m., the attic hatch creaked. A hand. Just a hand. Pale. Too long. It hovered, then vanished. I didn't sleep after that. I invited a friend over, told him everything. He laughed. Said I needed fresh air, a break. He stayed the night. Slept in the guest room. Next morning, he was gone. No note, car still there, his shoes by the door, like he never left. I snapped, grabbed a flashlight, and stormed into the attic. I was done being afraid. I saw it. A figure crouched in the far corner, arms too long, spine twisted, face like stretched wax. It turned slowly. Its mouth didn't move, but I heard it. "You finally came up." I ran, but the hatch slammed shut behind me. Lights flickered, windows locked. My phone glitched out, repeating the same notification, attic open. I tried to leave. The hallway just kept going, looping, no exits, no doors, just the sound of crawling above. I woke up, in the attic. No memory of climbing, just cold, dust, and breathing. There were photos, hundreds of them, all of me, sleeping, cooking, showering, from inside the house. And in the newest photo, I wasn't alone. A face beside mine, twisted, grinning. I don't think I live here anymore. I think I'm part of the house now. If you ever hear footsteps above you, don't go looking. It's already too late. Would you check the attic? Like, comment, subscribe before the next knock comes from above.